Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Sine Mora.
Jól van, Miriam. Szomorúan hangzik, de te leszel a csali. Húzd szépen magadra a teljes védelmi hálót.
És utána elengedsz? Kósz, elengedsz?
Meglátjuk, kedves.
Now we get to play as the woman that Koss has been blackmailing. And we also started off from stage select, so it reset all my resources, in particular my firepower, which is kind of the most important one, back down to 1 pip. So we're gonna have to spend some time in this pretty otherwise calm level, just marshaling resources. And I'll keep the score chain going. So for the most part, this stage is really laid back, or at least this half of it. Actually, the second half isn't that bad either. But really, we just want to build up momentum and kind of get some resources flowing so that the second stage that we tackle today doesn't completely destroy us. I wonder what's up with that little graphical glitch that I keep seeing here and there. Also, I really like that this boss is a giant sea monster of a battleship named Scylla, and we fly while fighting it. All that avails is flight. So Scylla's not that impressive. Melkor is the real boss here, the watchtower. Looks like a big oil drill platform. Yeah, so even so, this blue light is eventually gonna, telegraph a laser. So you kind of want to get it so the laser locks on to a spot that's kind of out of the way. Yeah, so even Melkor is not really that bad. He's the real boss of this half of the stage, but this whole stage isn't that hard. The next stage, though, that's the one that I'm worried about. It's pretty rough. I did get the shield activated, but that's okay. That does not incur a penalty as far as I know. Sine Mora actually is a pretty smooth difficulty curve. By the end, the game does get really, really hard, though. These tanks will keep spawning. It's that thing rotating in the back, shooting all the blue bullets that we need to kind of deal with. And I don't want to go losing firepower. So, be a little bit more careful. Shit! Kind of didn't expect the platform to give me a problem. And then this is the last part of it, I think. So Sine Mora, speaking of the difficulty, has something like the Left 4 Dead AI director that detects when you're doing well and when you're doing poorly, and it'll adjust the difficulty of things like bullet patterns and the volume of enemies on the fly. The rapport that Koss and Mira have going, I fucking love it. You don't see a dynamic like that very often in games. Anyway, it's this hidden tracking stat that ranks you either C, B, or A. C being the rank where the game kind of takes it a little easier on you, and A being where it really turns things up. That's why when you see the ranking screen at the end of a stage, it says time spent at A, B, or C. It uses that otherwise hidden stat as a metric to rank you on. Oh, we got more of these depth charges. Luckily, no boss is changing the current of the water, so we don't have to worry about them getting pushed into us. We just have to dodge around them or blow them up and just kind of avoid the top of the screen. The only danger they represent is denying you, whoa, that's not good. Denying Shit, I'm gonna have to let that get away. Denying you space to move around in. You have to be careful when you get hit and you lose firepower tokens that you don't get hit again going after them to recollect them. Because it can be a real impulsive, stupid decision sometimes. Sometimes you have to cut your losses. Which isn't that good because I really have liked that extra little bit of firepower going into the next stage, but we're gonna have to make do with, what, 4 or 5 pips?
Durak! Maradjatok le! A barlangot előtt ki kell takarítani! Vettem, Driád, köszönjük.
This cave is mostly pretty easy. There are a couple of tight spots where you can slam into the sides and lose time and get penalized on. And the other thing to watch out for in the caves under here are the worms. And it's not necessarily the worms being active that's problematic, but when you destroy them, they burst into all this acidic goo, the xenomorph goo, and their chunks can hit you and damage you, and that is no fun. So you want to give yourself a wide berth. And I know I just missed that firepower upgrade. God, that was stupid. I got nervous. Once they fade out, you're safe. Once their chunks fade. Okay, I have to grab that one. I can't afford to lose out on all that. So we're not doing that bad on firepower upgrades. Not doing that bad.
Driád, valami fura dolgot láttam. Veszek egy kört a kilátó körül.
Ito! Milyen fura dolgot?
Maklárba! Ne haragudj, hogy a marhaságaimmal fárasztalak! Nem, bazd meg, ez egy őrszem! Nem képzelődtem!
Ito, húzz el onnan! Amilyen gyorsan csak lehet! Ito! Durak! Mi történik? Szent vihartomból rettenetesen rossz a vétel. Durak! Az átjáró tiszta, kísérd át a hordát! Én lefoglalom az őrszerelvényt. Kezdjétek meg a dokkolást! Gyorsan!
We got ambushed by a goddamn train. This train boss is not that hard, but it kicks ass. Oh no, and just as I say that, that smoke was a little scary. I couldn't see through it. This train boss has a lot of different parts, and it's a really fun fight. So this is mostly the same as the phase that we just did. Yeah. I let myself get caught. Actually, handling this kind of bad. Normally the train fight doesn't give me very many issues, but that first part's probably the hardest. Then I think the one right after this. You got a preview of it, but it's the part with the cannon that's a little dicey. Oh no, it's after this.
A hordára helyén, ismétlem, a hordára helyén. A kommandósok parancsnoka szerint legalább 200 egységnyi időre van szükségük, mert fogalmunk sincs, mit keresünk. Csináljátok!
The cannon coming up. Hold on. This first compartment will open, and then almost immediately this top part becomes active, and that's what I want to focus down, because this has a nasty attack that it can do. Okay, so the cannon coming up, it does one really bad attack, so I might use some resources on it just to make that go faster. Otherwise, the cannon's not too bad. It just has this one attack where it shoots a huge shell across the screen, and it shoots it so fast that I have a hard time reacting to it. First, we have to deal with these compartments again. And back it up. So let's see what this does. Okay, when it lobs a bunch of mini projectiles, it's not bad. The only thing that it does is it shoots that shell that is really hard to react to. Only thing that it does, it's scary anyway. So thanks to our upgraded firepower, our shot pattern is actually really, really conducive to taking those out quickly. Because it can hit multiple of the gun turrets at a time. I didn't take that out fast enough. Okay. So we don't have to deal with that radial pattern anymore. Now it's just bobbing and weaving up and down for these. And the train should be just about dead after this. I love this style. Like this, I think they call it diesel punk, but you know, it's steampunk. I guess diesel punk is just like gritty steampunk, I don't know. And that's it for stage 2. Stage 2 is really not that hard. We didn't lose a single person during the Moneta operation, but we lost an entire civilization. The scientific data and documents we found there were horrific beyond what we could imagine. The Imperials, hoping to develop technology that could control time, burned out or otherwise destroyed all of their Anki captives' sensory organs in order to make them more docile and easier to handle. These deaf, blind, nerveless creatures are indistinct from the worms in the Moneta caverns. Except for the dreams, that is. The only thing that keeps them from simply expiring is their occasional remembrance of life, inspired, of course, by a fear of death. The project could be described as a nation living in fear, serving as slaves to a planet. There is no technology that can fix what's been done to them. There is no way to right this wrong. Even if we free our people, we cannot give them back their lives. It's over for the Yankees. I'm gonna let that linger for a second. They know that even if they win this war and gain liberation for their race, their species, there's nothing for them. At best, they win the war and it's a Pyrrhic victory because there's no setting that back. Past and future. These concepts don't have much meaning for people who can easily visit both. Still, one can live an entire lifetime without ever looking back or forward. Ultimately, it is only the present and ourselves, our own happiness and comfort that we take into account. Where can this pride of self go? What shall we become without descendants? Or without being able to pay respect to the trials and beliefs of our ancestors? We may be citizens of the world and advocate interplanetary peace and community, yet our ancestors shed their blood for flags and totems, and their families made up a close-knit tribe, a nation. Language and land kept them together, but this too may fade. The entire universe is composed of units and subunits. Tissue is made of cells and cells of atoms. This is the essence of nature, the same nature that made a mockery of me. It was my fate to be childless. The flame that burns brightest burns quickest, and with a future denied me, this is how I chose to live my life. I had hoped the raid of the Aborg factory in the Cardinal Canyon would let me burn as bright as the stars. So, a few notes catching up now that things are now that the pace of the story's picking up a little bit. We have two groups doing their own things across separate timelines, and it boils down to Kos's group, the Kos being the non-Enki, I think, bison dude, who lost his son and became a traitor to the Empire. Going after all of the people involved in his son's death. He hijacked a military robot and he's blackmailing that other woman who he has with him. Dryad's group is the one we're currently with right now. Oh, this is gonna be rough. This factory is hard. Dryad's group of the Freedom Fighters. Itu is the lizard guy. He's currently kind of a nothing character. We'll learn a little bit. Okay. Okay, good. And it gave me firepower. We'll learn a little bit about him. Don't get clipped at the end. And Durak is the cheetah lady who we just read about, the one who is sterile. This laser grid part, you can just pass through them, but you can also just take them out, and it's way more advantageous to do that. Like, there's no downside to doing this, because they can drop, like, the worst case scenario is they drop nothing. The best case scenario is you get a couple of upgrades, some time capsules, some resources out of them. Like that. Like that alone made it worth it. Plus, it's just more dangerous to go through this without destroying the lasers, so no reason not to do it. Fuck. I don't know if that's gonna come into play, but I would have... Oh, that's... Is that a time capsule upgrade, or is that another shield? Fuck. Yeah, say, this is not going bad, though. But this also isn't the part that I'm nervous about. We got maxed out sub-weapons. We've almost maxed out firepower. So as long as I can maintain that, which is unlikely, we shouldn't have too bad of a time with the boss of this stage. Boss, to be honest, is not what I'm worried about right now.
Hamarosan egy elágazáshoz ért, ahol a nyersanyag szállító útvonalán keresd. Az anyagban kell elbújnod. A nyersanyag-löketekkel repüljek? Igen, csak óvatosan és gyorsan.
So, the debris doesn't trip the lasers. I think the lasers one-hit kill you. So we have to stay in the debris. There's a current going on in these. A current that's constantly pushing you around. So I'm having to work really hard to stay in the center of it. I think I did it! Oh my god, that's usually way harder! So you have the current pushing you into the sides, which sucks, and then if you lose track of the debris field, you get instantly killed by the laser. Oh, yeah! Okay, this is a good run. This is gonna be a great run. The spider boss ain't shit right now. Not against all this firepower. Plus, I got sub-weapons if I need them. This is a little dangerous. He does that attack every time he loses a limb. Like every time you destroy part of him. So that web attack, really easy to avoid. Oh, I didn't watch the read for that. The Telfer's charge, you'll start vending steam and then charge, so you just sit in the upper left. Okay. Okay, that one wasn't bad. That time he gave me a pretty good pattern. He is melting! Oh, I never get to this boss with so much firepower, so this is especially really easy. I usually get to him with like 3, because the service route part fucks me up so bad. So he's shooting out little, hard to see green orbs that are spiraling out bullets. But if you just destroy the orb, it's no problem. And then this fight's done here. It's as good as done. Like, he sends little tiny spiders out at you, but I was playing with my food a little. Okay, oh my god, I feel so good about this run. I feel really strong right now. That service tunnel is a real make or break section. And now we switch back to Cass's group. And I think the cyborg or the robot or whatever it was he commandeered. Beep boop robo gorilla. Yes, and we get to come into the stage with all these upgrades. With 7 of 9. Oh, yeah. There's still a hard part coming, but we might be able to mitigate a lot of the difficulty coming up. 2 parts in this stage that I was and still am worried about. We got past one of them. Second one is the boss and the part right before the boss, actually. Shit! Nope. Can't afford to lose all that. Cannot possibly afford to lose that. Okay, 8 of 9. If I can make it to this stage boss with all 8. Okay. Here comes the problem. This wrecking ball bit is fucking brutal. It goes on forever. No! That's the worst thing that could have possibly happened. Fuck. This... Fuck. One hit and all of my firepower flew off screen to the top where it wasn't reachable. This is fucking dire. Oh, this is so bad. I don't know how I'm gonna make it through this boss. Oh. Usually they're nice enough to leave you with like 2 or 3 when you take a hit. That's just all the firepower vanished. I have 1 pip. Fuck, man. I'm kind of tilting. Nah, fuck it, fuck this. I don't actually have the resources to recover from taking a hit that early. Like, I have to sack this and try again. It's gonna start me back at the beginning of the boss, but like with just what I came in with, which is max sub weapons and like half of my my time capsule. This is not good. Oh my god. This is a pretty long fight, and like even with a decent amount of firepower, this is not an easy fight either. Fuck. Well, we're gonna try. Ugh! It's the tiny ones. Okay. We can at least use some of our sub-weapons. This would be going so much quicker with firepower. Like, this is why firepower is really important and momentum is really important. Because it helps you not just beat the clock faster, and the clock is going to become a factor, especially if I keep taking hits. It's also crucial because it lets you destroy individual parts of the boss faster, so you don't have to deal with dangerous attack patterns for very long. The longer you leave parts alive, the more chances they have to hit you, which reduces the amount of time on the clock whenever you take a hit. So it's twofold. With low firepower, you not only struggle with time as is, but you risk taking more hits. Also, I had to use all my cluster bombs on this part because I was about to run out of time. So I just needed quick kills. I think we're... Oh, man. We're closer to the end than it looks. It's just this last part, but this last part lasts for a long time. So I need to destroy this gun first, because that's the thing firing the bullets. And then, oh man, oh man. And then we just have the debris shooting out, up here. These hits are what's getting, and I can only damage it very slowly, and when it opens up, fuck, come on. This, I don't know if I have enough time. Oh yeah, those upgrades! Those upgrades that give you extra time when you... Yeah! I forgot all about those. There are those the medals, the capsules that give you extra time when you run out. Oh my... Yeah. Oh, we clutched that in the grossest way. Yeah, okay, that's gonna do it for now. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one, everyone.